Good morning.
Good morning.
Currently, we have 96% of our system-wide customers have power. We expect to be at, and this is system-wide, to be at 99% restored at midnight tonight, and I'll get into more details shortly. We currently have almost 61,000 customers out across the state, but people need to understand 44,000 of those that are currently out are storm-related outages. 17,000 are new outages. As you've seen since early this morning, if you've been watching the outage map, you see that new outages occur all the time, and that's not uncommon. So people need to understand when they're looking at that map, the total that you see on that is all customers across our entire customer base who currently don't have power. I will provide with you a breakdown of where we were as of 6 a.m. in terms of restoration to towns, and this one does include all customers' outages. 91 towns are at 9 o'clock, excuse me, at 6 o'clock this morning. 91 towns were above 99% restoration. Still impacted in those 91 towns was 1,678 customers. We had 24 towns where between 95 and 99% of the customers in those towns had their power restored. Once again, 24 towns where between 95 and 99% of customers had power in those towns, and that was total customers impacted in those 24 towns was 4,297 customers. We had 14 towns that were between 90 and 95% of their customers had power, and that included a total customers of 4,062 customers. So the last is 20 towns, and as you look at our map, the 20 towns are in the northern portion of the state and the central part of the state, and we have 20 towns that were currently, as of 6 a.m., that were below 90% restored, and they made up a total of 42,000 customers. And once again, I want to make sure that included all customer impacts as of 6 a.m. this morning. And if people want to see more specific information regarding the town, it is available on our website. We continue to be focused on and executing a plan to bring all towns to 99% restored by midnight tonight. However, given the extent and complexity of the damage in the areas hardest hit by the storm, we may not be able to achieve this goal. As we saw yesterday, we had crews out there working. Restoration in areas took longer than we anticipated, and this is primarily in the Simsbury area, which, so that you understand what the Simsbury area is, that's the towns of Simsbury, Avon, Farmington, West Hartford, Canton, Granby, Bloomfield, and East Granby, as well as the Tolland area, which is made up of 10 towns: Sofield, Enfield, Summers, Stafford, Union, Ashford, Willington, Tolland, Vernon, Ellington, East Windsor, Windsor Lock, and South Windsor. Those areas are extremely hard hit. We are moving additional resources into those areas, and like I just said a moment ago, we have a plan to achieve 99%. However, given what we experienced yesterday with new outages occurring and restoration taking longer than we had anticipated, I want people to understand we may not be able to achieve 99 in some of those towns this evening. We continue to have 2,836 line, tree, and service crews working to restore power to our customers, and I anticipate those crews remaining here working until we have crews assigned to all trouble locations to restore power to 100% of our customers. We still expect to achieve 100% customer restoration by Wednesday night, as I said last night. And I know this continues for those customers that are still out, whether it's the 44,000 that have been impacted by the storm or the 17,000 that currently are new outages. And some of those may have had power restored 3 or 4 days ago, only to see their power go on again. It is extremely frustrating. And we understand that, and we're doing everything possible to get power restored to customers as quickly as possible. Like I said earlier, we're not releasing crews until we get all customers restored. I know there's frustration out there, there's anger out there, but I can tell you the men and women working 24 hours a day to get power restored remain dedicated, committed, to get this work done as quickly and safely as possible. With that, I'll be happy to take
Jeffrey,
questions.
we saw this morning Burlington and Harwinton jump up to almost total darkness, and now they start coming back. Is that an unrelated power outage out there?
I don't know the specifics. When you look at it, typically it can be a couple things. Either you have a new outage, such as a car pole accident, something like that, or there may be switching going on. And so people understand what switching is. It's basically, taking almost, it's not a light switch, but analogy, it's turning your light switch off so you can do some work, and when you get that work done, you turn the switch back on. So for safety reasons, we do take those type of what we call clearances, where we de-energize the line, allow the crews to do their work safely, and then those customers be restored when it's appropriate.
Mr. Butler, those
Yes.
17,000 new outages, how can we be sure they're not storm-related? I mean, maybe more branches came down, or like you said, some outages may have come back after they were already turned on. Is there a way you can be sure that they were not storm-related?
Well, what I asked when they were pulling the information was, because I was concerned about that as well, was they picked a time frame where those customers' indications where they had had power for a period of time, and now a new outage is being reported. So I did not want to get where I was just describing, where maybe you're out for an hour and then you go off again. Those are not included in those numbers. You see on the map today, one of the towns went very dark again. That's a new outage. That is not storm related. They've had their power restored for a period of time.